leaf rust last year was probably one of the most surprising diseases that came through the Mallee region. And one of the things that we actually quite often see with this disease, which I don't believe will be anything like the same problem this year, but one of the things when you look at the keel is looking for infection. It's very difficult to actually see that we've got any there. But the best place to look for a disease like leaf rust, which, like I say, robbed us of a lot of yield last year in barley, is actually the old leaves. And the reason I say about the old leaves is that rust is a biotrophic disease. It needs the cells to be living. So if the leaf's going to die, if you're a rust, you've got a bit of a problem. And so sometimes what you want to look out for on an old leaf, and I came in last night looking through, couldn't actually find any, but you may not be able to see this, but on this leaf, right there, you can see you've got a green spot.
Oh yeah.
There are two green spots. That, if you looked at it under a hand lens, you can actually find you've got tiny pustules of leaf rust right at the centre of those little green islands. And when a crop's under leaf rust pressure, one of the things that the advisor said last year, it just came from nowhere. Well, sorry, it didn't just come from nowhere. It actually was lurking, as diseases do, good word, lurk, right down at the base, and you can sometimes see it on these older leaves. So don't dismiss the older leaves, because with leaf rust in particular, that green spot sometimes shows up more easily than a leaf rust pustule on a new leaf, if that makes sense. Okay? So early in the season, sometimes you can get an indication from these older leaves whether there's a very low level of leaf rust ticking over in the crop.